Good morning, everyone. My name is Patrick Young. I'm from Fresno, California. I'm a retired high school teacher. I taught English, Spanish, history, government, geography, all the social sciences, world culture, world religion. I've been to 43 countries. I speak two languages fluently, and I speak a little bit of Lao, Cambodian, Vietnamese, Tagalog, some German, very little French. I wish to address the topic of racism on the left. I've been a left radical my entire life in my 20s. What I see is hypocrisy in immense amounts. The most racist people I met, of course, are the Ku Klux Klan, etc., the white crazies. And I've done my due diligence as far as fighting them. I hear people talk a lot of smack. I gave $1,000 to the Center for Constitutional Rights in New York that defend human rights. I also gave probably $300 to the Southern Poverty Law Center, the outstanding group that sues the Klan and steals take their property. I abhor racism. I've been married 3 times, never married a white girl. I married one Japanese woman and married 2 Filipinas. That was a big mistake, the Philippines. Sorry about that. So, my credibility is not questionable here. I received the Martin Luther King Award for community activism about 4 years ago. I have worked and donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to Nicaragua, El Salvador, Chiapas, Mexico, y también he trabajado in Haiti. Very few people give a shit about Haiti, the poorest country in the world. I sent Haiti, two school buses full of school supplies and tools, etc. And about, I would guesstimate, I don't know, $12,000. The Haitian people are really nice, but very troubled. And the problems in Haiti have originated with the United States foreign policy. It's not the Haitians' fault. They're decent people. I don't hear anything different. I have a great friend, Pierre Lomousse, that risks his life his whole life. Pierre gives everything. Pierre and I sent a bus to Port-au-Prince 4 years ago. That bus, and of course, new batteries and tons of spare parts, and that went to Haiti and disappeared. But that's okay. Pierre also has a friend named forgot his name, but he criticized Haitian government and disappeared. Oh, his name Lewinsky. I sent Lewinsky a Toyota pickup, and he disappeared. He left a wife and 2 sons. I've been held at gunpoint in El Salvador, 4 o'clock in the morning, for taking pictures of the poverty I saw. Salvador is absolutely savage. Once again, that's a result of U.S. foreign policy, not the Salvadorans' fault. Same Nicaragua. Nicaragua has suffered under U.S. imperialism since the onset of the Somoza regime. They had a liberation hero named Augusto Sandino. Sandino signed a peace treaty with the U.S. government and the dictator Anastasio Somoza. They promptly killed him. They invited him to dinner and they killed him. Yes, the U.S. is responsible for human rights abuses in many countries all over the world. There's no disagreement with that. However, the leftists I work with, most of my friends are radical left and some real great people. Rick Fellows, Dave Howitt. I've done several pastors for peace caravans with mixed results, but they're well intentioned. So I'm disappointed by the left. I'm no longer a leftist. I guess I don't know. I can't define myself. I guess you call me politically agnostic. I believe in nobody and nothing. Seriously about that. So I made 9 trips to Nicaragua during the Civil War. From 85 to 94, I made 9 trips, driving from Fresno through Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, crossing the border in Reynosa, that's McAllen side, and driving down the Gulf Coast. In Mexico, I worked in Chiapas. Nicaragua, I worked in Managua, and I've been to Bluefields. I've been all over Nicaragua. I picked coffee with the coffee workers my first trip, the poorest people in the world, desperately poor. We had nothing to eat except every meal was beans and rice. Excuse me, beans, rice, or beans and rice. What do you have to do? Beans and rice. And they were happy to get beans and rice and really a cruel, dry corn tortillas, and they were happy to get it. I fervently believe in free speech, and I can't believe that Berkeley, the center, the crux, the originator of the free speech movement, torched their own campus because some weirdo named Milo something was going to speak. If you don't like what he had to say, go out in the audience, go to the podium, and address his hypocrisy, whatever his bullshit is, directly. Don't burn the campus. Now, if you want to question me about my past for the poor, I got 3 destroyed cars in the driveway. That since I let homeless people live with me, I did their laundry, they even used my shower and my toilet, of course. I used to walk around Roding Park and just give away money. Here, $50. I'd see a lady sitting on a bench feeling real depressed. I'd give her, here's $50. I used to carry a pocket full of money. I would take water and food. My Ford truck, I have a big Ford truck with a generator, tools. I would go out and fix people's stuff. I had a homeless guy who I let him and his wife, they were living in a filthy tent at the Poverello. I let them come stay in my house. And the first they started fighting, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I said, get the fuck out, man. They came back and trashed my driveway. I let Pat Ryan, a homeless guy, stay with me, and Pat stole all my tools. I let Casey Quintero, my moniker on Facebook, they banned me. I let Casey stay with me for a year. I said, Casey, you know what? You're staying in a place, the rent here would probably be $500 a month for a nice 3-bedroom house, a big yard. Casey, I'd like you to work 2 hours a day as compensation for your no utilities. He paid not a cent. I go to the store, I buy him his whatever foods he liked. When Casey was thrown out, he was bringing prostitutes here and meth and burglars. So when I moved him out, of course, he came back and he's attacked me 3 times. I had to pepper spray him at the store about 3 weeks ago. Sorry this is going so long. If you ask all these liberals who are so terribly concerned with the migrants and the poor, you want to let any of them stay with you? No, of course not. Not in my $700,000 home in north side Fresno. They're phony motherfuckers. Pardon my language, that's truth. I speak plain, you don't like it, kiss my ass. I spent 2 very unpleasant years in the military. Not a single day was I happy. I get drunk and stoned every single day. We would get high in the morning on hashish and go drive our trucks down the bond. We did okay, actually. Hope I'm not rambling here. The whole point, I worked with and for Andrea Hesley, the first Black female student body president, Fresno State. When I noticed that her and the Latino group were dissing me, I said, why y'all won't talk to me? I mean, I got good credentials. I told the Mencha, I've done more for the Mexicans you ever did in your whole fucking life. Have you been to Nicaragua? Have you been to Salvador? Have you been to Chiapas? I don't think so. I certainly have spent $300,000 helping Nicaraguans because I believe in the Sandinista revolution. I still do, even though Daniel Ortega has problems. I've sacrificed my body and my health. When I was in Nicaragua, I took a pickup truck to our sister city called Tepaneca, and they rolled it the next goddamn day. Boom! We had a mountain going 45 miles an hour. I was thrown out the back. My ex-wife went through the windshield, broke collarbone. And when I stopped tumbling, first thing I noticed my leg was backwards. My tennis shoe was up my butt, and I realized I had a compound fracture. That cost me 19 days in Nicaragua hospital, 3 surgeries. I couldn't walk for about 2 years. I walk well now, but I got a massive scar on my right leg, and I have a piece of steel, a cane nail on my right leg. I have given everything a person can possibly give to help the poor. Once again, I don't care if you like it or not. I consider myself to be a Christian and to follow the edicts of what Christ said. I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I now no place to stay. Let me stay with you. I was in jail and you came and visited me. And I have visited jails in Belize and other countries, trying to help people. I think I can speak with some measure of what's the word for it? Knowledge or profound awareness of what I speak of. Once again, I've been to 43 countries. I've hitchhiked across America 3 times, sticking my thumb out Fresno to Oregon, across Montana, Minnesota to New York, hitchhiked New York down to Florida. I've seen a lot of things. I am 69 years old. I come from a family of tragedy. My father was abusive to me, my siblings, and my mama. And my brother shot himself in the heart when I was 14 in my bedroom. My sister took her life 3 years ago. I also suffer from profound depression. Not anymore, but I've spent 11 or 12 years in bed on the floor of my living room, on the floor, laying there for 12 years after my divorce. And when I thought my son, I was never going to see him again, I spent 18 months once again on the floor, just laying there dead. My IQ is measured around 140, so I'm not a dummy. I have 3 college degrees, one in social sciences, emphasis in poli-sci economics. I took women's studies, everything good liberal should. I love chemistry, and I'm a good chemist. Once again, as far as my activism, I was totally opposed to nuclear power for most of my young life. I've been arrested twice at Diablo Canyon. Spent, a week in jail there. Twice at Livermore Laboratories. Spent a week. I had fun, actually. And also at Port Chicago, where the United States sends weapons to El Salvador. And probably one more. I know a total of 6. 2 Diablo Canyon, 2 Diablos, 2 Livermores, 1 Port Chicago. Oh, I know it was 1 outside the IRS protesting on tax day. So please don't be a fool and question whether I'm sincere or not. I am, with all my heart. When I see people being abused, it makes me cry. Not no more. I'm sort of hard now. Okay, I'm going to cut this off because I don't want this to be rambling. So I appreciate listening to me. This is one more of my bathroom sermon. Bye-bye.